Hello Year 6, welcome to your maths video for Friday. Well done on your angle work again yesterday, you did an absolutely brilliant job. I think we have now cracked angle rules and we can use them to help us solve problems, so that's brilliant. So we're sticking on the same theme of angles today, but we're using it to help us draw some shapes. So we're going to have a look today at measuring angles, using a protractor and drawing angles. But before we get started, I have got another countdown starter for you. So again, I'll send out the link for this site with your video link for today. And you did a brilliant job at this last week, so I look forward to seeing you have a go this week. So let's pick our numbers. Okay, so we've got 50, 100, 25, 75, 9 and 5. And our number is 170. No, that's too easy. I can already see how you can do it. So no, let's redo it. That's too easy for you lot. Let's pick some new numbers. Okay. Needs to be a challenge. Okay, so 599. Okay, I think you'll all be able to do that one using those new numbers. So have a go. That's your challenge for today. Remember, you can use addition, subtraction, multiplication or division using these numbers only once to try and get to 599. Okay, and then once you've done that one, you could always have a go at another one, do another couple and send me a picture of those as well. Okay, so your work for today then. So we are moving on today to pages 54 and 55. Okay, and your learning question is, can I measure and draw angles accurately using a protractor? Now, I did drop you all off a protractor when I dropped off your packs a few weeks ago. So make sure you go and find that because you're going to need that for today. Okay, so let's have a look then. So before we even think about doing any work in our books, I want to go over how to use a protractor because it can be quite a tricky skill. Okay, so if you've got an angle that looks a little bit like this, then you need to place your protractor really accurately on your angle. Okay, it's really important when you're measuring angles that you are as accurate as possible, otherwise your angle won't be correct. Okay, so you will see on your protractor that you have got a little cross in the middle. Okay, that little cross needs to go on the corner of your angle perfectly. Okay, and if it's on perfectly, the bottom line where 0 is on your protractor will be in line with your bottom line on your angle. Okay, once you've got it on perfectly, then you need to use one hand to hold it in place and then use one hand to follow it around and read the size of your angle. Now, my main tip for this is find 0, okay? Because if you don't find 0 and follow it round, then your angle will be the wrong size. So here, I'm following my bottom line of my angle and 0 is here. It's on the inside, okay? That one there says 180. I don't want to follow that one. I want to start at 0. Okay, so find 0, follow it round. Okay, my angle there is exactly halfway between 40 and 50, and I can see that by these little lines here. Okay, so my angle for this one is 45 degrees. Okay, if I didn't follow the 0 and I went on the outside, then this angle would be 135 degrees. Okay, but I know that that angle is less than 90 degrees because 90 degrees would be here, wouldn't it? If I had a perfect right angle here, okay? So I know it can't possibly be 135, okay? So just think carefully, is that possible? No, or I better have another check and measure it again. Okay, let's have a go at another one. Okay, so if you've got an angle like this, remember, your cross in the middle of your protractor needs to go right in the corner of your angle. make sure that bottom line is perfectly in line with 0. And then remember, you've got to follow 0. So 0's on the inside, following it round. So that one there is about 61 degrees. Okay, because it's just above 60. So I've got to be as accurate as I can. Okay, so I'd say that's about 61. Okay, and that's about right because I know that that, again, is less than 90 degrees, don't I? I know that's an acute angle. Okay, let's have a look at another one. Okay, so same. We haven't exactly got a corner, but we've got where the two lines meet, haven't we? So the cross on our protractor has got to go right in that corner there. Make sure your bottom line is in line with 0 and you're still following 0. Okay, so 0 is on the inside, follow it right the way round, and it's bang on 120 degrees. Okay, because we've gone past 90. 90 would be there. We've gone past 90, it'll be 120. Okay? Okay, sometimes though, your angles are the other way. Okay, so this, but it's still the same method. So your cross goes in the corner, but this time, 0, we still need to follow our bottom line. 0 is this side. Okay, so find 0 again. So follow your line. 0 here is on the outside. So follow it round. So this angle then would be 20 degrees. Okay. So do another one. So in the centre, follow it round. So we're still the same way. Oh, 1 second. Let's move this protractor because I need to make sure it's really, really accurate. Okay, so my bottom line is in line with 0. So 0's on this side because this is where my bottom line is. So I'm on the outside, following it all the way round, and it's exactly halfway between 150 and 160. Okay, so my angle for that one would be 155 degrees. Okay. Now, I've got a challenge for you on measuring angles. So I want you, on a piece of paper, to write out your name, a bit like mine. Okay, so I want you to try and write it so that you've got some angles in there and not just all right angles, otherwise that makes it a bit boring. Okay, so then I want you to have a go at measuring the angles in your name. So if it was my name, I mean, I haven't done my full name because Miss Grindlay is just far too long. So if you want to do a shortened version of your name, that's fine. So I could measure these ones, measure those ones. Okay, so they are all the angles that I would measure. I haven't got any in I unless I made it an I like that and I did my right angles. Okay, so that's your challenge. Okay, so you can do it nice and big if you want to, if that makes it easier for your protractor. And then you're going to have to play about with spinning. Oh, I don't know if I can spin my protractor around. So you're going to have to spin your protractor around so that it is the right way. Pop it on your angles, have a go at measuring them. Okay, so I look forward to seeing those. You could even decorate it, colour in your angles and have a little bit of fun with it. Okay, so that's your challenge for measuring angles. But today in your work, you are going to have to draw some angles of certain sizes. And I know we had a go at this in our workbook and some of us did struggle with it. So I'll go over it with you now. So if you're drawing an angle, okay, then say for example, I want to draw an angle that is 45 degrees. Okay, so I need a bottom line first. So that's what I'd do if I was you. Draw your bottom line first and then you've got something to work with. Okay, so if I'm doing an angle that's 45 degrees, I need to follow 0 round, don't I? So 0 is here, 40 is here. I'm going to use these little lines to help me. 45 is there. Okay, so then you obviously can't draw on top of your protractor, so move your protractor out of the way. Oh, sorry, can you see that dot? Oh, Board's got a mind of its own. So that's the dot that I drew. Okay, once you've got your dot then, and you've moved your protractor out of the way, you can join up that with your dot. Okay, then once you've done it, pop your protractor back on and just double check that it is 45 degrees. Okay, because you might have drawn it, you might have gone out a little bit, so just double check before you move on that it is the right size. Okay, so you're going to have to do that for a couple of your questions today when you're drawing some shapes. Okay, so your work for today then on page 54, question 1 says, Rob has drawn the triangle on the right, but he has labelled side X, Y incorrectly. Draw Rob's triangle to find the correct length of XY. Okay, so for this one then, I've snipped the shape here so that we can remember what it looks like. And I've drawn my bottom line first. Oh, so you are going to have to use a ruler to measure out 6 centimetres. You've got to make sure that bottom line is 6 centimetres. Okay, mine obviously isn't to scale, but I've used it so that these squares are centimetre squares. Okay, so then your job, so once you've got your bottom line, you need to put this angle in. Okay, this angle is 48 degrees. So if you pop your protractor on the end there, make sure it's right at the end. Oh, and we're doing 48 degrees, aren't we? So then you would go around the edge here, 0, we're going this way. So you've got to follow the 0, which is on the outside. Follow it round, so 40 is there, 45 would be halfway, 6, 7, 8, going to be about there. Okay, then when you've done that, you need to use a ruler to measure 4.5 centimetres. Okay, so you can join this one up with this one, but then you've got to measure the length of it. Okay, is it 4.5 centimetres? No. So you might need to make it a bit longer, or you might need to make it a bit shorter. If you make it shorter, just make sure it's still in line with that dot. So then your angle is still the right size. Okay, so then once you've got your side that's 4.5 centimetres, remember, go back, use your protractor, measure this angle again. Is it still 48 degrees, or are you slightly out? If you're slightly out, just rub it out and have another go. Okay, then once you've got that one, it doesn't say what this angle is. So then once you join that one with this one, it should be 4 centimetres. Okay, just measure it to check. Okay. Oh no, actually, sorry, it shouldn't be 4 centimetres, should it? Because it said he has labelled XY incorrectly. So this XY is this side. So he's labelled it incorrectly, so it can't be 4 centimetres. So once you've joined it up, measure it, and that's your new length. That's your answer. Okay? Question 2 then is very similar. It says, which of the following quadrilaterals cannot be drawn accurately? So in that big space underneath that question, you've got to have a go at drawing both of those. Okay, so in the first one, you've got a right angle, so you know that that's a perfect 90-degree angle. So do that one, draw your 4 centimetre line along the bottom, do your 74-degree angle, join it up and see what you get. Okay, if you can't make the points all join up using those measurements, then it's impossible. Okay, and then it can't be drawn accurately, and that's when you tick. Okay, on page 55 then, on your second page, question 3, it says use a protractor to draw 2 possible triangles labelled A, B, C. So AB means the line that joins A and B together. Okay, so that's this line. So AB equals 6 centimetres. So I've done that ready. AC equals 3 centimetres and angle B equals 25 degrees. Okay, so you, for this one, will pop your protractor on this side and have a go, because it was angle B that was 25 degrees. So you've got to make sure it's on this side. Draw your 25-degree angle. measure. So it doesn't tell us what BC needs to be, does it? Okay, so it can be any length, that one, as long as your angle is 25 degrees. Okay, and then this from A to C, so C will be up here somewhere. A to C has got to be 3 centimetres long. Okay, so you've got to have a go in the two different boxes at drawing two different rectangles. They can be any kind of not rectangles, triangles. They can be any kind of triangles as long as this line to this line is 6 degrees. This line to this line, sorry, not 6 degrees, 6 centimetres. This line to this line has got to be 6 centimetres. This line to this line has got to be 3 centimetres. And then this angle here has got to be 25 degrees. Okay? I hope I haven't confused you too much there with saying the wrong thing. Okay, so that's all of your main questions for today. And then you have got a challenge question. So it says, by attempting to draw each of these triangles, decide which ones are possible and impossible. So you've got to have a go at drawing these rectangles. I've said it again, triangles. So you've got to have a go at drawing these triangles. You could do it in your purple book if you wanted to, or on a piece of paper. Just make sure you use a ruler to measure each of the sides. Okay, and then if you can't draw it so that they all match up, then it would be impossible. Okay, so you could put a tick or a cross inside whether they are impossible or possible. And it says, now look at the side length of the impossible triangles. Can you see why they are impossible? Okay, so then it's asking you to have a look at the impossible ones and have a think about why. Okay, so what do you know about the angles in a triangle? What do you know about the lengths? Use that to help you answer that question. Okay, so good luck with all of your maths work for today. Using a protractor can be really, really tricky, but if you persevere, I'm sure you will be able to get there. Just make sure you try your best. Okay, I hope you all have a lovely weekend and a lovely half term, and I will see you all soon.